Hey, what's up? Mr. Bill here. I just wanted to plug some dates before you listen to the podcast. I'm playing on December 12th in San Francisco, 13th in Nevada City, 14th LA, 18th Denver, 19th Santa Fe, 21st Columbus. In January, I'm playing the 11th in Philly, 17th in Montreal, 18th in Providence, 24th in Pontiac. I have an EP out on December 6th on my own label, Billegal Beats, called the IDM EP. I have collabs on there with G-Space, Ulasile, Woolg, and Funny, and you can find the links for that on any of my social media, basically. If you're listening to this podcast, make sure to rate and comment on the Apple Podcast app. Apparently it helps us a lot. I don't really know how, but apparently it does. And also, if you go to the show notes for this episode, there's a link to my Discord channel, and you should join it and ask some questions there so I can address those questions in future episodes with future guests. Thanks. Enjoy the episode.
Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you are listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you're 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 listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast. Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Hey, you're listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
All right, man. Welcome to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're up to episode 13. It's gone pretty fucking quick. I've been trying to do one a week.
Nice.
Getting there. Yeah, I just got back from Australia last night, so I'm fucking burnt. I just had a 12-hour sleep today, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an 18-hour sleep yesterday. It was like fucked up. Or like 2 days ago.
Long sleeps are sick, to be honest.
It was like the trick was waking up like halfway through it for like a half hour and then going back to sleep and then you're in like a coma.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I reached like this new state of like superpower sleeping.
Do you smoke weed?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that can help,
Yeah.
I think. I don't smoke weed, so it's pretty rare that I do the long sleep.
Damn.
But when I used to smoke weed, I used to do long ass sleeps all the time.
Yeah. Weed is amazing. It's like a sleep anecdote.
Yeah, I had to stop smoking it because it started to give me a crazy amount of anxiety.
I shouldn't even be smoking the shit.
Why not?
That's just another quote I say. My dad always says that to me. We'll finish smoking a bowl and like he'll see me like spacing out and he's like, nah, you shouldn't even be smoking the shit.
Dude, your dad seems hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember he like wrote you some crazy message about like our collab one day.
Yeah. He's insane. He's actually the reason I called my music project G-Space because I was like making hella music but had no artist name to put it out under, and I was just like, Dad, what should I do? And like without hesitation he was like, I'm feeling it from the universe, G-Space. It's always been about Grateful Dead, drums in space, and G for Grady and G for Grateful Dead, and I was like, fuck yeah. And he's super stoked with
Sick.
like how far it's gone.
Does he live in Philly as well?
No, he's so he lives in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and that's where I grew up and spent like most of my life. And like I have family still there and like in Boston area, but I moved to Philly like in January of last year and like had a couple different apartments until like September, and then I realized I was only there like once a month, and like even when I was there I wouldn't even go to my apartment. I just go to like one of my friends' houses, and I was like, this is dumb to be paying like rent for something I'm never in. And like so I officially like don't have an apartment in Philly anymore and just brought my stuff back to my parents' house in the Cape. And like because like I hadn't seen them since September. I just saw them for my first time in 3 months like last week, so I might as well go see them. They're chill enough to let me like keep my stuff there and like visit them. So
nice.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about this spot. Like I just paid rent on this place for the entirety of November and was not in here a single day because I was in Australia. I was in Australia like the whole time.
This is amazing though. Like this is like one of the best studios I've been in. So
yeah, it's a nice room. I'm actually leaving here on January 1st. I'm moving to San Francisco.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Why San Fran?
Well, like I said, my girlfriend lives out there.
Oh nice.
So I'm just going to move out there to be with her, basically.
Sick.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
because long distance relationships are bullshit.
Oh yeah. Never quite seems to end.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. I'm stoked for our collab to come out.
I know, same. That was so sick.
Yeah, it seems to be going well at shows. I never really play the start or the end of it.
Yeah.
Because the start of it just seems kind of like real technical, and the end of it is the same.
I've been playing the whole thing out.
Really?
It's like it's hilarious. It's honestly like really cool for my sets too, because the first half is all like IDM, and like I play like every BPM in my sets anyways, but like I don't know, that part is just so like different from everything else in my set that like everybody in the crowd is like usually loves it. They're just like so responsive and dancing around, and then like I even like danced around with my finger pointing arms, like the Mr. Bill, like
Dude,
or whatever.
I did that for like 7 shows in a row with Beats Antique, and now it's apparently a thing.
Yeah. So. I know. I saw it in one of your vlogs on YouTube. And
yeah, but I never like do it.
That's so funny.
I did it like for like a week. I did it for about a week.
So it wasn't even like a staple.
No.
But yeah.
It's not a staple meme.
Yeah, it's so sick though, because like I'll just watch people in the crowd, like, and like before the drop happens, like halfway through that like dubstepy part, like people are just so like, I don't even know, they're like having like an out of body experience. They're just like, what's going on right now? Like, this is so weird. And then all of a sudden it drops, and they're like, oh, I'll do like a flip or something, and it's just like super lit.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that. Flips, that's fucking sweet.
Oh yeah,
tricking. Tricking. How'd you get into that?
So
the flip thing comes from a thing you used to do called tricking.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I still do it. I'm like, I need to like condition my body more and like do more yoga if I want to like keep getting like crazier skills, because like the level of tricking is just so ridiculous now. But in the beginning, like it pretty much started as like a bunch of martial artists that were trying to get creative with their forms, and like it was really big in like the Bay Area and Cali, and like they're just like trying to spice up their forms with either like gymnastic moves or like other aerial moves they'd found on like the internet, or like honestly the internet is how tricking evolved, because all these different disciplines and cultures were able to like, you're just able to see like some random guy in like a tribe in like the middle of nowhere doing like a raised circle like of all these tricks and like capoeira moves that like normally you wouldn't really ever see those tricks unless you met somebody who like practiced that, or like,
what's a form?
So like I didn't even do martial arts, so I don't want to butcher it, but it's pretty much like there's martial art competitions, and they'll just like all compete, and they do like it's kind of like a gymnastics routine, but it's martial arts. It's like they just showcase their discipline. Eventually people wanted to spice up their forms with like flips and stuff rather than just traditional like martial art techniques and stuff. But then YouTube helped grow like tricking in a way where it was like people just started to do it like for fun, like even though like it wasn't even a part of their form or anything. They would just upload videos and tricking samplers. I remember seeing my friend Hans, he was one of the first guys to have like tricking samplers, and like there was this website called Belong that was super supportive of tricking and just had all these cool samplers and stuff. And then like when I first got into it on YouTube, it was like 2007 or 2008, and there was like this one guy named Juji Mufu who made tricking tutorials.
Wait, is that guy got like shitloads of Instagram followers now?
Yeah.
Is he like a big muscly dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I've fucking totally seen this guy's Instagram. He's out of control.
He used to be like, I don't know, a lot thinner and not like a muscle bodybuilder guy, but like
huge.
Yeah, he's huge now. He does the whole like,
and he's still like runs around doing flips and shit.
Yeah, exactly. He can still trick, but in the beginning, he was like the first tricking tutorials I saw. It was like how to do a backflip, how to do an aerial, how to do a 540 kick, and like I already was doing flips because like I had a trampoline and I would like do backyard wrestling with my friends, try to imitate like professional wrestlers doing flips and stuff, and like it's so ironic that that's like what led me into flips, seeing like professional wrestlers do like backflips off of steel cages onto each other. But I was like, that's dope. I want to learn how to do flips. And then eventually I could do a backflip, and I was like at a summer camp when I was like 12. My friend was like, dude, you should do tricking. Like, come to like an open gym session at Cape Cod Gymnastics, because like a lot of gyms have just open gyms where you can just use the floor. And then that's how I met my boy Andy, who like pretty much got me into tricking. Like at first it was my friend Adam from camp, and then he introduced me to Andy and Ben and Jeremy, and it was like the only 4 trickers I knew. And from then on, like they started introducing me to more people in like the tricking culture in the Northeast. And then I started to go to gatherings, and gatherings are pretty much just like a whole weekend of like tricks at a gym that we'll like rent out for the weekend, and we can like stay there, and we'll fly in like trickers from all around the world to all be together and like just like party and trick for like a few days, and it's super amazing part of my life, not only because of like the community and like friends that I have now around the world because of it, but it also like showed me that you can do anything you put your mind to, as corny as that is. But like when I started tricking, like people would just be like, oh, you can't land a 720 backflip on one foot, like your leg will snap in half. And then like people can like do 4 in a row, like landing on one foot, and you just keep going. And like I eventually did a dub like 720 backflip.
What's a dub?
Short for double full or double cork. Swing double cork.
Doing 2 flips in a row sort of thing?
Like 2 720 backflips in a row, but like off of one foot, which is like the kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it at this point now, like when you play a show, almost like a given that you'll do a couple of flips?
That's what people expect of me, but it's not a given. Like sometimes I'm like either injured or tired or there's no room on stage, and they're like, do a flip, and I'm like, I'm gonna like knock the speaker over in the light and like land on my neck, and like then the whole show would be canceled.
Dude, the one you did it Infrasound? Dude, that was sketchy.
That was the sketchiest show of my life.
That was like on a table next to a CDJ. There was like a square foot of space.
I know.
Basically.
I had to go like straight up and like come straight back down, or else I would have like gotten seriously hurt. I've actually been told not to do flips too by like promoters.
Really?
Like stuff. Yeah, like I was
like
opening
because they don't have insurance for it or whatever.
Yeah, I was opening for G Jones recently in Portland, and it was so sick. It was me and Ivy Lab and Sayer and G Jones. But anyways, I did like a flip during my set, and then like somebody came up that was running the show, and he was like, "Hey, no more flips, man." And I was like, word. I was like, I could totally do that. Like, word. Sorry about that.
Sorry for doing a flip, dude.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
It is sketchy though sometimes, but yeah, it's fun. It's just like it's fun to do flips and stuff. Like, but I also don't like doing it for people. Like, I hate like I'll be at a party and they're like, "Great, do a backflip," and I'm like, no, like it's just so weird. It's like I'm like a puppet for them, or like a, I don't even know, show and tell. They're like, look at his backflip, and like the backflip isn't even like that fun for me. Like I can do a million other like flips, and it's just like it's more fulfilling for them. And then also that's how you get injured, when people ask you to do stuff that you're not even like feeling it, and then you just like you're not really like focused, and then you get injured. It's happened to like all my friends and shit. And
yeah, right. What is the most common way to hurt yourself doing a backflip?
Like maybe coming out a little too early and like hurting your like ankles or something, or like I don't know, obviously you could land on your neck and just like end your life.
Yeah, that's
but like
fucking mental.
You'd have to be so distracted though to like because your muscle memory usually like
to just like get upside down and then just be like, fuck it.
Yeah. You just like open up and like let gravity like end your life, and yeah, it'd be harder to do that.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that would hurt a lot.
But yeah, I usually get more hurt just like walking around my house, stubbing my toe, or just something stupid.
Dude, I did that at the start of this year. I stubbed my toe and broke it.
No.
Yeah, I did.
It's tragic.
Yeah, it was fucked. I was walking around in a weird shoe for like a few months. It's so fucked too, because like a broken toe, it's like the smallest, like stupidest little thing, but it fucks your life up for a while.
Yeah.
And you're just like limping, like, oh.
So it's like a full like shoe, like boot thing. Like,
yeah,
just for a toe. Yeah.
Just for a broken toe. And I went to the hospital actually because I was like, oh fuck, I want to make sure there's no like crumbly bits in there or something like that. So
oh damn,
if there is, they can like maybe fix it, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never broken a bone before that, so I was like, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I went there, and I didn't have medical insurance, and I was here in America, and it was like fucking $1,500, man, just for them to be like, you just got to tape it to the next one.
Dude, that's the American healthcare system, man.
Yeah, it was fucked.
Designed for profit.
Yeah. So in Australia, the healthcare system there is, I'm pretty sure, mostly just paid for by taxes. Okay. So you pay huge amounts of tax there when you like just buy alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that, because they're mostly people who are filling up the healthcare system anyway, right, as smokers and drinkers.
Sure.
So they just tax the fuck out of those things. Whoa, what's going on over here?
I don't know.
Oh, somebody is in Discord. I'm getting out of there.
Run away.
I was just apparently hanging out in a voice channel on Discord that I didn't even know I was in.
they're like listening to this whole thing.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I don't even know. No, probably not, because I don't think this microphone over here is plugged in.
Oh, word. Nice. What a
Yeah.
time.
But yeah, so I went to the hospital and got told to tape it to the next toe and had to pay a lot of money for that. But in Australia, like a few years ago, I had like a full-blown seizure there. And I had to have like a CAT scan and an MRI, and I had to go to like a neurologist and all sorts of shit. And it was free. Totally free seizure.
Dude, yeah, that would have been an arm and a leg in America.
Yeah, there's actually a podcast called An Arm and a Leg. Have you listened to it?
No.
It's literally about the medical system.
In America?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
That's exactly what it's about.
No, literally.
Do you listen to podcasts much?
Yeah, but like not as much as I should. Like all my friends these days are just like binging podcasts, and I'm like, damn, I should do that. Like when I'm traveling more, and like, yeah, I'm usually like the weird YouTube conspiracy kid and just like go down like rabbit holes.
Dude, you should
like,
hang out with Squanto.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I love Eric. We wanted to do an anti-5G tour, but I don't think he wants to tour anymore.
No, he doesn't want to tour anymore. But like, what's the issue with 5G?
So I haven't done any tests, but there's people that are claiming that there have been tests on like Wi-Fi and like how like what's harmful to like a baby or a human, and there's like they've found levels that are harmful, and I think they put like a limit on like what we should do as like. But anyways, apparently 5G is like 20,000 times more harmful than like the limit that's already been proven. So
Right.
That's what I've heard. I haven't done like the test myself, but like I don't know, it's pretty concerning if that's true.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't believe anything. I just consider everything, and like I never shut down things no matter how crazy they sound, because like I don't know, that's just how you like miss out on what could be the truth, because like nobody knows anything. Like we don't even know if we're in a simulation or not, so I'm just like open to everything.
So
But
I had
don't believe it, everything to the point where I'm like preaching it on people and like with a picket sign.
Do you know the flashbulb?
No.
He was on the podcast like 3 episodes ago or something, and he thinks we're in a simulation because and one of his points is that like what Planck scale is?
Maybe.
It's like the smallest thing that we can measure.
Oh, okay.
Like once you get down into like really measuring like microscopic shit, like smaller than
Beyond nano.
Yeah, it's tiny. I think it's even smaller than atoms, maybe, or maybe
Damn.
it is atoms. I don't know.
Okay.
But like the very smallest thing we can measure is like what we call Planck scale, and then there's other limitations on this reality, like the speed of light and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are these limitations? Like,
Yeah,
and
it's like a code, like a base code
Yeah,
that's like
he's-
designed.
Yeah, and his theory is that these are just limitations to save processing power because we're in a giant
I'm
simulation.
dead. I mean, we'll find out next episode
Yeah, I'll have to have
in the afterlife.
yeah. Hopefully, I'll talk to Elon Musk on here someday.
Oh yeah, true.
I'll be like, hey, what's up with the simulation, bro? What was the deal with, like, he just released some truck or something?
Cybertruck, yeah.
What was the deal with that? I missed that whole thing.
The only thing I missed the whole thing too, but I saw a clip of they were trying to showcase how like durable the windows are, and they threw a rock at it and
it,
it
like,
smashed the
broke,
window. And then instead of just like letting it die there, like he's like, all right, let's try the other window, and it like broke just as much. I'm like, that's the only thing I saw, but I was like, nice. Like I was like, I like totally identified with that happening. Like I'm like, I could see myself like having a presentation and just like it just like botching so hard, and I'm just like, oh, and I just like lip quiver and like I don't know. I totally felt his pain there.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool, though, that he's willing to just put shit out before it's done as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's where a lot of companies, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll totally be able to do this in the year like 2026 or 2050 or some shit. He's just like, fuck it. Like, just puts it out.
I'm pretty sure in the video he was like whatever, we'll fix it in post-production. Like,
Yeah. It's like, fuck it, we'll fix it in mastering.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's the classic trick. Fix it in mastering. It's so funny. Like, I get messaged by so many people online. They're like, "Hey, man, who masters your stuff? Because like, I want it to sound like your stuff. So can you master it for me or whatever?" And I used to be like, "Yeah, sure, I can master your stuff." And then their mixes and production would just be terrible. And then I'd try and master people's shit and then send it back, and they'd be like, "But it doesn't sound like anywhere as good as your shit."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it's because mastering doesn't do that much."
Yeah, exactly.
People like definitely think mastering is a huge thing. And also the classic thing when somebody sends you a whip and they're like, "Oh, it's not mastered yet," but and they just send you this like piece of garbage and you're like, "Oh yeah, that'll sound sick when it's mastered."
Yeah. Dude, I have my homie Bob Mack in the UK. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, he's the guy who like signs all these masters with SC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally every fucking person I know gets.
I know, literally. I've had a lot mastered by him.
What's his rate like per track?
It was like $100 or more at first for me. Like he discounts it for me now because I've literally like done so much with him. But it's so funny. Like back to that whole point of like, oh yeah, we'll just master it. It'll fix everything. Like my homie once was just like he literally was just like, oh, it's all right. We'll just Bob Mack it and it'll be fine. Like just like an inside joke between us. Like, oh yeah, screw it. We'll just Bob Mack it in the end. Like it doesn't matter. Like. But no, it's like it's not how you.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It's all the mix down and shit and EQing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty often when I'm doing like talks or whatever, I'll open my master channel and people, or usually I won't. Usually it'll come up in the Q&A section when I do master classes. People will be like, "Oh, can I have a look at your master?" And I'll like open the master channel. It's literally just Pro Q2 pushing like a little bit of high frequencies and Pro L2 just pushing some gain. Yeah,
I know. It's so funny. One time my homie Jesse was like, Grady, you want to see my mastering chain? And I'm like, yeah, like expecting it to be crazy. And it was just like G-clip, like slightly turned up or something.
Oh, was that Subtronics?
Yeah.
Dude, I can kind of tell that that's what he does.
Well, I mean, that's like he definitely does a lot more than that though. But that was just like what he was using one day. But,
yeah.
He has like.
His stuff sounds so distorted.
Yeah.
But it sounds good. It suits the style.
Yeah.
But definitely huge amounts of distortion in his music.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, it's just crazy. Like, that Grizztronic song is like broke the internet. It's so, like, it has millions of plays on TikTok.
It's so good. It's such a good tune.
I just got to meet Grant too and hang with Grant and Jesse in Philly. He's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I met Grant at an OPO show once, but he didn't really talk to me. He just was like, hi, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So that's the extent that I know Grant.
Yeah, we were going deep. We were just talking about, like, what do we do with, like, our platform and, like, what's the message we want to spread to people? Because I honestly don't know, like, what my message is. And he was like, well, what's the first thing you think of? And I'm like, just tell people to do what they love because life is short. And he's like, yeah, there we go. We need more of that. Like, that's good. But like, we just had a bunch of like, we just went deep every time we talked. It was cool. And like, it's just he seems like a real like change the world type person. It's awesome. Yeah. And like, he also is doing a lot of live instrument shit. I want to do eventually. Like, I want to do G Space Orchestra with like a full symphony. But yeah, he's doing shows with like full horn sections and all these different instruments and like, yeah, he's definitely killing it.
Nice. Do you think it's important to have a message at all?
I don't know, because like I always feel like I want to help the planet or just help people. Like, I don't know, because like I've definitely overcome a lot in my life, and I want to like spread some experiences or just something to people where they can hopefully overcome whatever bullshit they're in and like free themselves of whatever like redundant like trap their life is in or whatever. And like, sometimes like I feel hopeless too because like the world, it just seems like it's like burning up and going to shit and we're still using oil and we're just going to use oil forever till like we light the planet on fire. And I'm like, how do we like change this? Or like, and I feel like kind of hopeless sometimes, but then like having a huge music platform gives me hope because like maybe I can do something, but I don't know what I want to do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like define like what my message is. Like, I guess like as far as like climate shit or like plastics or like just like being more sustainable, my friend Allie was telling me it's good to like tell people to like get involved with their local government because apparently you have way more of a say with local government than you think, and if everybody does that, you might be able to like impact some stuff. But yeah, I don't know, I'm still in like the whole, like I feel like words can't even, like words are so like every word has been said, so your message can't even be like said with words anymore. It has to be through like music and film and like art. Like it has to be like I don't know, I feel like that's how communication is going to be like done at this point in our lives. Like, so
speaking of every word being said, do you know about the Library of Babel?
No.
So it's this thing online, some guy just like programmed a thing to like organize the English alphabet in every single possible combination that it could be organized in.
Oh my God.
And created this like online library, and you can like type whatever you want into a box and just be like search it, and it'll be like, oh yeah, it's on this page in this book at this time and stuff.
Like page 100,000.
Something ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty mental. Like there's single pages that are just like all blank with like one letter on it, and then single pages that are like all blank with like 2 letters on it, and so on and so forth, up until like the
24 letters or whatever.
Yeah, there's like every single possibility that can, like the cure for cancer would be in there and all sorts of shit. And technically we have cures for cancer now, right? I think seems like a lot of people beat cancer these days.
Yeah. I mean, my friend Noah like has helped hella people like beat cancer, and he's like super holistic healer, and like he's always telling me stuff. He's like, don't be shouting this information from the rooftops because Big Pharma will come for you. And like he's actually had like friends like murdered and shit, like crazy shit. But like he claims that cancer is just there's just like a parasite in your body you have to kill. That's all it is.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of that stuff can be fixed with like extreme elimination diets and shit, right? Like, I think that's what the carnivore diet is. Like people who just eat meat or whatever, they're like, yeah, man, it's like so good for you. It's like really what's good for you is the fact that you're not eating like all the other shit that you were eating. Yeah.
No, for sure.
I don't really know. I'm not super into that. Have you ever tried crazy diets like that?
No, the most I've done is like vegetarian for a few months, and I did feel like way more energetic. I felt pretty awesome. Then I remember like I just like said like screw it, I'm gonna eat a bunch of chicken wings, and I got so sick and it was awful. And I was like dropping my sister off for school like the next morning with my dad, and like she's like super embarrassed because like she's getting out of the car, and like I run out of the car and run to a trash can because I'm gonna like throw up, and all of her friends are like, who the hell is that kid with you? Like, what? He looks like he's like homeless and like sweating to death, like throwing up on the side of the street. She's like, oh yeah, that's my brother. Like,
he just ate too many chicken wings.
Yeah, she just didn't even know.
Wait,
like,
so you ate all these chicken wings in the morning?
Like, no, the night before. It was like for dinner, and like the next morning, like me and my dad were giving my sister a ride to school, and like it was just like the worst feeling ever. Like my mouth was starting to water, and I just like was like pull over and ran out in front of all of her classmates. But that was my story of going vegetarian and then trying to eat meat again, and yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, right. You don't think the wings were bad? You think your body just had like no tolerance to?
I think so. Yeah, because I mean, maybe the wings were bad, but I don't know. It was like it was bizarre. I feel like you have to wean yourself back on a meat. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I just went overboard.
If you have to wean yourself back onto something, it probably means it's not good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, because you never have to wean yourself off meat. You can just like stop eating it and you're fine.
You never have to wean yourself onto like spinach.
Yeah.
It always like hits perfectly.
Yeah, spinach is sick actually.
I know, like shout out Yeti. He has spinach on his rider, spinach and blueberries.
Oh yeah, that is true. I do
think
know
I'm gonna change my rider to that too. He's like,
yeah, right. What's your current rider?
It's like it used to be wine and goldfish. Like what?
Yeah,
I don't know what was going on there. And then I took wine off and replaced it with like yerba mate and kombucha because I'm like I don't want to drink a bottle of wine every show. Mm-hmm. And then I have like a veggie tray and like hummus. But I don't know. I want spinach and blueberries.
Wine's a weird one. I never really see people with wine on their rider.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I'd always get the bottle too, and they wouldn't have the bottle opener, so I just be like the weird kid with the bottle and like asking the bar for like a bottle opener, and then like they're like, "Why do you have that in here?" Like borderline, like almost get thrown out of my own show.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, it's weird that you can have a bottle of tequila, but having a bottle of wine in a venue is weird.
I know.
Wine's not big in America, is it? Doesn't seem like it.
Know. I guess. I like red wine, but yeah. I know, it is weird. People give me weird looks when I'm like drinking red wine. They're like, what the hell's wrong with you?
So my buddy from Electricado, Ryan, his dad is like a crazy lawyer, and he's just has like, I don't know, he's super into wine and shit. And I went to his house once and drank like 4 bottles of wine with him after already drinking like 6 beers.
Oh no.
And I was so fucking drunk. I ended up spewing like just red vomit all through his like really nice house. And ever since then, I've never been able to drink wine again.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That's like scarring.
Yeah, that shit can happen with foods too. Like I had a friend who said he ate too many eggs one day and then started just vomiting crazily off all these eggs, and now he just can't eat eggs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what I did with weed, to be honest, because I was smoking like 7 grams of weed a day for like years.
It's not even human.
No. Yeah, it was pretty fucked.
Shouldn't even be smoking the shit.
No, not at that point. And
Dude,
then,
some people like commented on my tweet about our podcast.
oh yeah, we
with,
have a thread worth of shit to talk about.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, let's start tackling that.
It's going to be a shit show.
Yeah. While you find that, do you have any things like that where you've just overdone it in one instance and then you just can't access that shit anymore? Like,
yeah.
with foods or alcohol?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, at one point, I used to love like Newman's Mango Tango. And
What is that?
It's like, you know, Paul Newman. He has like his own like juice company.
Yeah.
But he had this mango drink.
Doesn't he also do like salad dressings?
Yeah. Yeah. He's just like doing it all.
Fuck yeah.
It's not even human. I don't even know if he's still alive. If he's not, R.I.P. But he might be still kicking it. But yeah. Anyways, I was mixing like his mango drink with vodka for some reason, like a bunch one summer, and like then I couldn't even drink the mango drink at one point without tasting vodka. Like it just like screwed with my like my taste buds. It was horrific. But yeah. So let's see. Somebody wanted us to talk about CERN. Do you know about the CERN collider?
The CERN collider? You mean like the Large Hadron Collider?
Yeah.
Yeah, as in like isn't that in like Sweden or some shit? And
Switzerland, I think, yeah.
And it's basically like a big oval ring, and they just like shoot particles into each other to try and like recreate the Big Bang on a small scale.
Exactly. And
seems pretty cool.
CERN is the name of the one in Switzerland. I think there's a lot of Large Hadron Colliders now popping up, but like CERN is like the one you were just talking about, and it's really weird because I've looked into like some videos on it, and there's like a whole statue of Shiva right outside, which is weird because that's like the god of destruction. But I'm like, okay, whatever. But then like on opening day of CERN, they had like a whole ceremony with all the workers, and they were all dressed up in like all these like it was like it looked like Halloween or some ritual, like some dark weird like shit, and they were like all going in like these theatrical costumes and performances, and it's like it's so weird. It's like, why are they doing all this when it's like supposedly really like science based, like not like some crazy like pagan like worship based like thing. I don't know. So who knows? But a lot of
maybe it was just to fuck with conspiracy theorists.
Yeah,
like
literally.
Honestly, if I ran some shit like that, I would 100% do that just to fuck with conspiracy theorists.
I know, same.
And I feel like sciencey people are like, that's totally their sense of humor too. They're yeah, fuck it. Like, we know what's up. These other people are fucking idiots. Let's just fuck with them even more.
Exactly. Yeah. So who knows?
I mean, obviously, like, not all conspiracy theories are dumb, but I mean, at some point, like, I don't understand, and I don't think many people understand exactly what these Large Hadron Colliders are doing. It's like, I understand on like a basic level, they're just shooting particles into each other to try and recreate some shit so we can understand the universe better.
Exactly. And they found like the God particle, or they were calling it, and then they called it like antimatter. So it's not really matter or dark matter. It's like, it's pretty much like the fabric that's holding both of those things together. It's like the glue of the universe or some shit. And yeah, they call it antimatter, and they were able to contain it in like recently, and maybe in the last year or two. And then there's this creepy story I heard where like antimatter is so like unstable and hard to contain that they have to put it in like some crazy thing, like buried like miles under the ground or something, so it doesn't like go crazy and explode or something. I don't know. But anyways, by where there's like a college campus apparently in Switzerland by where they buried the antimatter, and like hundreds of students left the college campus because it was haunted all of a sudden, and like crazy ghost stories, like poltergeist phenomenon shit. And it's like, and it's weird because it was right by where they buried this antimatter, and then there's a whole bunch of conspiracy people that are saying like we shouldn't be screwing with antimatter and all that because it's like we're gonna let in like demons or something from the other world and like all this dark shit. But it's like it's weird that happened. Like all these weird hauntings happened at like a college, right where they had buried the like antimatter in Switzerland. So I don't know. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure you have to do the same thing with radioactive material. Like you have to bury it super far underground because there's just no other way to dispose of it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why we don't just start shooting trash into the sun. I mean, that seems like the logical thing to do. I mean, probably what would happen is we'd shoot a huge thing of trash into the sun and it'd just hit like a meteor and then just explode in space and there'd just be fucking shit everywhere.
Yeah, true.
But if we could shoot it into the sun, that would make sense because the sun would just fucking destroy anything we shoot into it, including anything radioactive. I'm pretty sure there's way more radiation or radioactive material coming out of the sun than we have on our planet.
That just made me think of like the plastic epidemic. Apparently there's some like mushroom that or like fungus that eats plastic that they've been discovering at the bottom of landfills, and it might have just like mutated or evolved to eat plastic because it had to.
Probably good, yeah.
Yeah, right? I know. When I found out about that, I was so stoked. I was like, nice. There's hope for like
the Earth is like developing shit to like cope with what we're doing.
Exactly. There's an algae apparently that eats plastic too.
You know you're not allowed to throw vinyls into landfills?
Really?
Like vinyl records?
Damn.
Yeah, like if you take them to a landfill, they'll just be like, no, we don't accept it. Because apparently it's made out of all these weird fucking terpenes and shit. And
oh, God.
They just won't accept it. It's like real bad.
Oh, God.
Also, the flashbulb, that same guy I was talking about who believes in the simulation stuff, who was on the podcast a few episodes ago, he did a video on YouTube about how bad vinyl is, and he got an air quality meter and he put it next to a vinyl player whilst the vinyl was playing on it, and it started beeping, basically saying the air was unsafe to breathe.
Oh my God.
Just in the general vicinity of a vinyl
God
player.
damn it. Because like I love vinyls and I wanted to make like a vinyl for my music, and now I have to rethink everything.
Well, if you do it, there's I think companies that do it with like
sustainable shit,
decent materials.
Nice.
Yeah. But the way that vinyls have been made in general, like historically, is apparently real bad.
Yeah. That's actually not surprising now that I think about it.
Yeah, so I wonder if this fungus would eat vinyl.
True.
Just try and feed it some Led Zeppelin records or something.
Literally. What a time.
Yep. All right, what else have we got on the thread?
All right, so moving on from CERN. God. Oh, real quick about CERN. That's why me and Dirt Monkey and Simba made a song called Particle Collider.
Oh, nice.
And like...
Yeah, Dirt Monkey lives real close to here.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually just had Thanksgiving with him and his wife and kid. It was so awesome.
That's sick.
It was a feel-good family vibe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see. Somebody wants us to talk about psilocybin.
Psilocybin, oh yeah, cool. I actually was on mushrooms about 48 hours ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that was recent.
It was a good time. It was at my show in Sydney. I have a friend there who just had a bunch.
Oh, nice.
He gave me some, and I took some after I played. And then I was hanging out with just a bunch of friends, and they were hungry and wanted to go eat some food. And we went to this place called Bangkok, which was basically a Thai restaurant or something like that. But it was at Sydney, which is a city of 6 million people, or something like that, at like 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday evening or Sunday morning, whatever you want to count it as. So this place was just fucking packed, man, densely of people, and I lost my shit like so hard in hysterics for like 30 minutes at this place.
Yeah, just like overstimulation.
I was just like, what is going on? It was fucking so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, psilocybin's good. I would say it's probably my favorite drug.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even class it as a drug.
I know. It's crazy too. I guess magic mushroom spores can survive in sub-zero climates, which is outer space temperatures, implying, I guess, that they came from outer space or some shit on like a meteor or something, or who knows.
Yeah. I mean, mushrooms, they're kind of like the most amazing thing. Under the ground, according to Paul Stamets, it's just a giant network of mushrooms that literally just connect the entire planet. It's like the veins of the fucking planet, basically. It's just mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah. That shit's crazy. It's like, just feels like information. It's like you're tapping into like some internet or something of information.
That is what it seems like. Yeah, it seems like it's got a lot more depth to it than most other drug experiences I've ever had.
Which is cool, because if, let's say, they do colonize other planets and go through space like that, like there's other potential beings like having experiences, and like we're picking up on like what they've thought about maybe, or like, I don't know, just like this like huge like network of information I feel like you have access to. It's like you're a flash drive and just gets plugged into like a computer that has like everything.
Do you take mushrooms regularly or
No, I remember like the first time I did them was I did like an eighth, or like maybe it was probably more, honestly, because it was like my friend grew them and I don't think he like weighed them out, and he just gave me like a handful of like a bunch of mushrooms. And like this is actually kind of a funny story. So it was at a tricking gathering. So we're at the gym and my friend Eric is like, Grady, like we have mushrooms. This is what we've always wanted, because we've always talked about like tripping together. And I'm like, okay, word. I'm like, I'm going to go get my shoes. We should leave the gym, though, and go to, like, the house and, like, not do them at the gathering.
you're like, all right, you've got mushrooms. I'm going to go get my shoes.
Yeah, I'm going to go get my shoes on. And, like, pack my shit so we can, like, leave and, like, go to, like, a stable, like, house and, like, trip, whatever, not at a tricking gathering, like, in a gymnastic facility with, like, staff working in and shit. And, like, so anyways, I get my shoes on. I'm like, where's Eric? I'm like, all my friends are like, oh, I don't know. I think he's tricking. So I, like, go out. And he's like tricking on the floor, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, are you ready? He's like, oh, I already ate them, and I'm like, we need to go right now then, like before like it like is too late. And he's like, let's just stay. He's like, John doesn't want us to leave the gym anyways. We should be at the gathering with everyone. Like, we shouldn't leave. Like, this is good. And I'm like, no, like this is not good. But like, shit, like I have to eat them now because like I don't want to like. We were supposed to trip together for our first time, so whatever. So I eat them all, and it's like they're really fresh still too, because my friend who grew them had just picked them and stuff. So about an hour goes by or so, and like it's so funny, like everyone was like, so many trickers smoke weed, so it's like constant kids just going out to smoke in their car and coming back in like just reeking, like with their eyes red, and like the people that own the gym are like, Jesus Christ, this is the last tricking gathering we'll ever have, like for sure. But anyway, so I remember being like in the car smoking a blunt and like looking at the trees, and I just couldn't stop staring at the trees, and it was like so weird. It was like they were obviously they're alive, but like I was like, damn, these trees are like have been here before me and have seen some shit, and they're connected to some like consciousness that I don't even know. Because like also I didn't know this at the time, but apparently there's like a second set of roots that trees have that communicate with like the Earth's organic memory, they call it, or something. And like this is like a side tangent, but there's like a story of these trees being killed by some insect in the Amazon, and all of a sudden like it started secreting something in its leaves that killed the insects, and then like it killed all the insects, and they were like, how the hell did the tree know like what would kill the insect? And apparently they have like a second set of roots that just like can like communicate with the earth. Apparently everything that like decomposes and like falls into the earth all like is accessible. It's like the Earth's organic memory or something, and all these trees communicate through it, and like it's like crazy shit. It pretty much Googled how am I gonna like kill this insect, and then like figured it out, and then like secreted the thing. But like I don't even know, that also could not be a true story, but like I don't have any friggin' articles to back that up. But yeah, look into it. But anyways, all right. So I remember looking at the trees and I'm like tripping, and I'm like, what the hell? They're like alive and like looking at me, and they're aware of me, and this is so weird, and like whatever. And then like I walk back into the gym, and like my friend Eric is also really starting to trip. I could just tell he's just like staring and looking so scared and like alone and concerned. And like we walk into the gym floor, and like our friends are like, "Are you feeling it?" And we're like, "Yeah," but we're like not looking like we're having a good time. We're just like really scared, and like the walls are starting to change colors and like breathe and be weird. And then I look over at Eric, and he's like rolling around the floor of the gym while kids are trying to trick. There's like, it's like middle of a session, and like my friend's just like rolling on the ground, and then like someone's like, Eric, and he's like, what? And he looks up, and he's like so like shocked. He's like he's staring at like God or something. And then I'm like, and then they're like, dude, you dropped your weed. And there's like an ounce of weed on the gym floor that fell out of his pocket, and like and like my friend Gage is just dying laughing at him, and like me and Eric are so concerned at this point, because like we must have ate like 5 grams or more, who knows, because like all of a sudden like I remember the walls turned into like a Mayan temple or like an Aztec looking temple, and it was like everything was all like gold and ancient looking, and then we weren't even talking, but we looked at each other and we both knew that we were seeing the same things, and it started to like snow inside the gym, like there was like snowflakes coming down in different colors, and like my friend Eric was just like sticking his tongue out like he's trying to like catch like snowflakes on his tongue, and it was so weird because like we didn't even talk that whole night, and like the next day we were like, dude, how crazy was that when it was like snowing in the gym? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait, we never even like verbally communicated that. That's so weird that we were like seeing the same things and shit, which is like a common theme in psychedelic trips. I've found like people just seeing the same shit.
Yeah,
like, telepathic shit too.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely, I've definitely had like similar experiences a lot of times where you're tripping with someone and without verbally communicating shit, you just both tapped into the same shit. Yeah. But it's kind of weird because I don't believe in like, you know, that kind of shit that much. Like, you know, because the only thing that would explain that is if like those kind of things were actually already present in existence and you're just accessing them through psychedelics, right?
Exactly.
Which I don't necessarily believe, but like what else could be the case?
I know. It's kind of like thoughts. Like thoughts are like, I don't even think we like think our own thoughts. It's just like a radio signal that we like tap into or something.
Well, that's actually, I'm pretty sure science doesn't know yet how thoughts occur.
Yeah.
Like I think Sam Harris has talked about that a bit because he's a neurologist or whatever you call it, neuroscientist or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's talked a bunch about fMRI and well, his big thing is like how we don't have free will. He thinks, and he's done a bunch of fMRI tests, or someone who he references has done a bunch of fMRI tests where like they can basically see that if they give you a choice between things that you've made the choice like a solid 10 seconds before you actually consciously make it.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Damn.
Yeah.
Trippy.
So at which point, like when the thought occurs for you to be like, I've chosen this one, it's not really even your choice at that point. It's like the choice was already made a long time ago.
Exactly.
And they think that choice occurs like even further back than 10 seconds. That's just as far as they can measure it.
Oh, true. Yeah. It's so weird. We're all just like little like vehicles the universe is using or something. Like there's a grander like, I don't know, like mathematical equation happening.
Yeah, so psilocybin, that's a fun thing. Definitely cool stuff. Yeah, what else is in this thread here?
Yeah, let's see. But yeah, psilocybin. If you're going to microdose psilocybin. You heard it from me.
Yeah. Microdosing's great.
Somebody said parallel universes.
Okay. I don't really have many thoughts on that stuff.
Yeah, it's like, it's hard to like ever prove anything, but like, I don't know, like each... Do you know about the Mandela effect?
I do, yeah.
That one's so weird.
Is that where sort of two groups of people think that like different things happen?
Yeah.
Like
do you remember the Berenstain Bears?
Yeah, and then people think it was spelled STEIN and other
That's what I remember, STEIN.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of shit is just like...
human brain errors.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people could just make that same mistake like really easily. I don't think that's necessarily proof of like a secondary universe.
It's so funny like how like many there are, and like, you know, like that Forrest Gump line, like the life, like what do you remember him saying, that like quote about chocolates?
Life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, apparently he never said life is like, he said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, which doesn't really make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
I know, but like you can't find it in the movie anymore or anywhere online. And there's so many weird things like that where like, it's bizarre. Even like Darth Vader, he never said like, Luke, I am your father. He said, no, I am your father, which is weird, but whatever. Maybe we're all misremembering everything and just butchering it. But like, there's so many people that are like,
well, that movie with, was it a movie with Shaq called Kazam?
Yeah.
And then a lot of people think it was like a movie with Will Smith called Shazam or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much weird shit. It's so dumb. Yeah. But like, no, like it's actually screwed with me and my friends so much. So like some of my friends have honestly like been like scared of it. They're like, no, like that's not real. Like,
so the thought is that like we got to a point and then like universes diverged and we're living in the one where Forrest Gump said life was like a box of chocolates instead of the original one we were born in or whatever.
And then what's funny is, back to CERN, people correlate the Mandela effect to when CERN first turned on.
That's such fucking bullshit.
I know. Like the first time we like smashed the particles together or like found antimatter, we like screwed up our whole like timeline and like shifted into a different one or something. Like there's so many funny theories on that, but
Yeah, that's a pretty insanely out there
Dude,
theory.
I wish my dad was here because me and my dad like go so deep into YouTube conspiracy holes and just die laughing at everything, and like we get so stoned and just watch like Woodward TV is actually a really good one. If you guys are out there trying to find a cool YouTube channel that just goes so deep.
What's it called? Woodward TV.
Yeah, Woodward TV.
All right.
But like, yeah, he does a good job. He does his best to credit like sources and things, but like he also goes completely overboard. But like it's just so funny. I just love like considering everything though, like because I don't believe anything no matter what. But like yeah, it's just super fun to consider everything because sometimes you'll just come up with your own theories and connect dots in your head that are just like I don't know, just fun, just whatever.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good to be open to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you start being like, no, that's definitely not possible, and like that's kind of when you get stuck into your ways of thinking that might be dangerous or just limiting.
I know, and it's sad because a lot of people are like programmed by either like their family or the news or their school or whatever, which is all fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's to the point where their whole identity is like vested in these beliefs that may or may not be true, and they can't even open their mind enough to like consider a new perspective or and I just feel bad for them because they're like I'm always like, okay, like prove me, like give me a new perspective, show me something new. Like I'm always about like hearing new perspectives because I don't know anything in the end, and like that's like step one. I feel like is just being like okay with like not knowing anything.
Well, part of it, is because people build their identity around shit, right? Like people like I believe this and therefore I'll like use that information to behave this way about things or whatever. But then like once say that piece of information gets destroyed, it kind of like fucks with their ability to be themselves. And then they're like,
well, collapses.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, you know what? Sometimes that has to happen. It's like, that's another, like a quick way to do that is like, if you've never done psychedelics, just do psychedelics and like.
Just like, I don't want to like tell anyone to do psychedelics though. I know,
same.
I don't think psychedelics are for everyone.
They're not, for sure.
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially people with like who are predisposed to like mental health illnesses.
Oh, dude, yeah, I have a lot of friends like that who unfortunately like it affects their like touring and stuff. It's like if they're just not sleeping right or like partying, like all their like mental problems will like come up and like bite them in the ass and like just fuck their shit up. It's super sad.
Yeah, or I've had some friends who smoked weed like twice, and it just like sent them into a full psychosis.
Damn.
And they had to like go to mental health hospitals and shit like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like just something like weed can do that. Because the brain is fucking weird, and like
I know
it's basically just a bunch of chemicals and shit like that. And
I know.
Literally everything that happens in your body is like related to just like chemicals being different in your brain.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like Viagra, for instance, it just like changes some chemicals in your brain to like make your blood vessels open up and then your dick gets hard. It's so like weird. Literally everything related to your body in any way is just all brain related. And,
so bizarre. And
for some people, I think like the balance is just set up in such a way that they, can smoke weed one time or whatever, and then it just like unbalances some shit and makes them constantly see ghosts or something. Yeah,
no, for real. And like what's weird is like what we're seeing and sensing is just all electrical signals being interpreted. And like, I don't know, like I had like this trippy experience once where I was actually smoking DMT with my friend, and like he said like the trippiest thing to me like right as we started to trip. We were like just smoking it in a joint too, so it was kind of like more mild. It's not like full like leave your body to like some other dimension, but no, things were totally like transforming around us. And then he just goes, Grady, you see, this stuff's happening all the time. we just can't see it. Like, it's like people need to get rid of the stigma that drugs make you hallucinate. No, you're just seeing energy that's always there, and like your brain filters out. And then it made me like think about maybe the first organisms with eyes and stuff were seeing crazy ass kaleidoscope light like shit, you know what I mean?
And
Like
they just like quickly realize it's not that useful to see that all the time because they need to like interface with
survive. So like natural like selection and survival of the fittest like eventually got our eyesight to where it is today.
Right.
And it's like very blocky, 3-dimensional, like,
Yeah.
stable. But like when you do shrooms or acid or DMT, you start to see like the actual energy for what it is.
Yeah, that seems legit, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, what else is in this
Let's
thread?
see. There's like some producer ones.
Oh yeah, we can talk
Analog
about some.
synthesis.
Fuck that.
You're like next.
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about analog synthesis. We can talk about how I don't think it's better than digital synthesis.
Oh, really?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think either are better. Like,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think like digital synthesis is maybe more precise, and you can like get values exact. You know, like you could have like a sync value to be exactly half of like an FM value or something, and like create some weird like binaural shit by modulating those values just by a tiny bit, which is almost impossible to do in the analog world.
Yeah.
And this whole thing about analog sounding warmer, I think, is bullshit as well.
Word.
I think that you can make digital stuff sound warm if you just remove high frequencies from it.
True.
Because that's all it is. It's just less high frequencies.
Yeah, true.
Digital stuff's just really good at creating high frequencies.
Sounding warm, aka low pass.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's funny.
That's about all I have to say on analog synthesis.
Nice. No, that's dope. No, because like I always hear that too. Like that's actually why I love or like why I trust Bob too is because he has a lot of analog gear for mastering at least, which is like different than synthesis, but still like I always hear that argument like you'll never get the same warm sound through digital that you will with analog.
You can totally do it.
word.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you can like put stuff through analog equipment and then record it back into your DAW, and then it can exist inside your DAW as a wave file, which means just like ones and zeros, right?
Yeah.
The fact that it can exist in that environment
true.
means it's recreatable in that environment. It's like
I'm dead.
it literally just got recorded to be created into that environment.
I'm so dead.
But the thing I like about analog synthesis is it makes you think differently about synthesis. Like, for instance, like plugging a clock into like a like an oscillator's pitch input or something like that. Super easy to do on an analog synth, and something you'd probably never think to do in digital because it's almost not possible.
Yeah.
But like, so in that sense, it's kind of cool. It allows you to think about doing shit that you wouldn't think to do in digital.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that it's not perfect, like it's never perfectly in tune and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always like a little bit out, and it always drifts.
It's cool.
Yeah. So it kind of has that kind of like VHS weird broken type sound to it,
That's very true.
which I kind of like. It
I
sounds,
actually don't have any analog synths, and I want to get some hardware.
Yeah, it sounds kind of nostalgic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else is in this thread?
Piano and bass music and how that came to be.
Piano and bass music?
And how that came to be.
Oh, like,
I mean,
well,
like-
you have piano in your music.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you could talk about how you got into doing piano
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting because like all credit goes to my mom and dad. They always had like keyboards and like my house when I was growing up, and I don't even know if the first like keyboard I played was like apparently I was like still crawling. My mom and dad said, and like we were at a family party and I was just tapping on a little like keyboard, and one of our family members was like, he's not just tapping those keys, like he has like intuition there, like he's making music, like get him a keyboard. So like they always just got me keyboards and stuff, but and I was just like this weird bored kid like throughout the years playing on keys. But I remember like I had a breakthrough when I was like 4 or 5. I don't really know how old I was, but my older cousin Sadie was with me, and we were just like messing around the keyboard, and she did like a 3-note riff that was like sounded like the Mission Impossible theme. It was just like dun, 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 and she was like, "Oh, whoa, that was cool." And I'm like, "Nice." And then like I still remember that riff, and like I use it sometimes, but like that was like the first like kind of riff I had, and then from then on I just started to like find more riffs that sound cool, and then I just had like a whole like arsenal of riffs in my head that like either like 3-note patterns, 5-note patterns, 6-note whatever, or like combinations of them. And yeah, over the years, I just started to kind of just, I don't know, come up with as many riffs as I could and like improvise. And then I found out you can do them in different keys. And I didn't even know the names of the keys or the scales or anything, but I just knew like the spacing between the notes would be, you could do the same riffs from different starting points. And I was starting to figure that out. And then like my parents tried to put me in lessons when I was like 12, but I just was like super ADHD or whatever, and like my professors like couldn't even teach me. I'd just be like doing my own thing, and they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you play. Just get out of your system. Just go like there's over it. I would just like do my own thing. I hated reading music and like all that, and then it was dope. Like my dad and mom like let me quit because they were like, damn, this is gonna like kill his like passion for piano if he's miserable reading like sheet music, and like they let me quit, and it was dope, and I just kept doing my thing. And I think when I was like 10 or 11, I had like this was I think before even lessons, I had a keyboard that could record like 5 layers, and it had drum tracks and like actual like drum kits, so each note was like a kick and a snare, and I could build my own drum loops from scratch and then record like 600 like I had 600 different instruments to choose from. It was one of those old Yamahas, you know what I mean? They have like choirs, synths on them, like piano, guitars, and I would just start making beats that way. And that's like how I got into making beats, was like on an old school Yamaha. And like I read the owner's manual as like a 10-year-old. Like I don't even read owner's manuals anymore as like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, I don't do that either at this
And like
point.
I was like so like motivated as a kid. I have no idea why. And like I'm so happy because like I made so many beats on that keyboard, and you'd have to re-record over them because it could only save 5 beats. So I probably made my best work when I was like 10, probably, and I'll never hear it again. But it was so like, eventually I was like, damn, I want to be able to record this to like and save my beats. And like, can we plug this into the computer, Mom? And she was like, I don't know. And she like for Christmas got me like a MIDI cable, which is like different, but like that's like that you couldn't record like or save your beats with the MIDI cable to your computer. But I didn't know that either, but like I plugged it in and then started to use it to control like GarageBand. I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just make beats in GarageBand and use my keyboard to control it, and then started writing beats there and shit. And then like,
wait, you could just plug a MIDI cable straight into your Mac?
well like from the keyboard. All right. Yeah. But I would just like plug my Yamaha into the Mac with the MIDI and like started to use GarageBand, and like, and then eventually like she got me Logic, which was dope. Like my mom's the shit. She just like pretty much went out on like one Christmas Eve or something and like to an Apple store or something. It was just like, yeah, my son uses GarageBand, and they're like, get him Logic, and and I was like, nice.
Did you ever use Logic when it was made by eMagic?
No, the first time I got it was like Logic 8 Express, and I think it was already an Apple thing.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know Apple like didn't start Logic.
No,
Damn.
before version, I think 5 or 6, they didn't own it. It was owned by a company called eMagic.
Damn.
And it was fucking so bad. Like I tried to use it. So when I first started getting into DAWs, I tried a bunch. Like I tried FL, and then I was using GarageBand for a while also. And then I tried Logic, the eMagic version, which was version 5. And then I tried like Cubase and
Nice.
all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the Logic 5 was the only one where I was like, I can't even fucking make this DAW make any sound.
I'm dead.
It was so badly set up, and the user interface was such a piece of shit. That
Yeah.
was just impossible.
I thought you were gonna be like, it was amazing before Apple
no.
bought it, but no, the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the opposite thing.
But yeah, I got so back to the piano and bass music and how that came to be. I guess like at that point, I was trying to make like hip hop beats. I guess like I was super inspired by like that song "A Milli" just came out by Lil Wayne. A milli, and then like the 808 hits, and I was just like, oh, like I never heard like a thick like sub 808 like that like ever, and I was just like pushing my like iPod headphones into my head and just like distorting it and like losing my shit off of like sub bass, and I don't even know why. And then I started to like, I don't know, just try to recreate that stuff, and then like a year later or so, I like heard my first like bass wobbles and stuff, and it was literally that Mount Eden song that's like Sierra Leone. It was in some skate video because like I just love skateboarding. I was watching a skate clip, and like I remember like in one clip he's like just doing a line, and like as he does a kickflip, like this bass wobble went, and it literally made me feel like I was like high or something. It was so weird. Like it was my first time my brain ever heard like, I guess like a filtered like wobble or something, and it just like really tripped me out. And like I didn't even know what being high was at that point or anything, but I was just like, damn, like this is something super like special. And then I started to go down the whole YouTube like dubstep rabbit hole, and like found like Excision's like Shambhala 2008 mix or whatever, and then I found footage of Shambhala, which is so weird. Like the first festival footage I ever saw was Shambhala, and I've never been there, but like I really want to go there. I just feel like that's like one of the doper ones.
Yeah.
Have you been to Shambhala?
I haven't. I've been trying to play it for about 10 years.
Yeah, right? Yeah, literally same. Like since 2008, like I just wanted to go as like to be there, and I still do. And like, but anyways, I just remember like looking up YouTube tutorials on how to make a bass wobble, and like I started in GarageBand too, and like I have like a couple dubstep songs out on like iTunes from GarageBand and shit when I was 13. But yeah, then I used Logic, and the ES2 synth in Logic is like how I've made every wub in my life. Like to this day, like I still use it for a bunch of shit.
You still use Logic?
So yes, but this year I've started to use Ableton as well, and like I'll always use Logic, I think, because a lot of my signature sound designs in there, and then I love their instruments, like all their MIDI orchestra shit is like amazing, and I'm sure you can get those packs in Ableton too, but I don't know, they're like I have like the whole extended Logic suite, and like it's ridiculous how like clean all the instruments are on as MIDI settings and the velocities and dynamics. So like I'll always love it for that, but like Ableton is just like a fun toy in comparison. It's just like so like that's how like Tie-Dye Kai was explaining it one day. Like Logic is more like traditional like producer DAW, but Ableton's more of like a toy where it's just like it's almost meant for the kind of music we're making and stuff. It just seems like anything's possible, and you can write everything to anything like way easier than in Logic, and like
that's why I've always liked Ableton. It's just kind of like everything is given to you on a silver platter, and you can just fucking fuck it, which is like great for being creative, right?
Yeah, literally. It's and I love it. I first got it for grain delay, and what else? Like I love erosion and stuff, but like there's this video called "The Sapped Secrets of the Pharaohs" on YouTube that Dr. Derg made, and it was like. Dr. Derg is one of my favorite beat producers. R.I.P. to him. But he literally like never used. Well, I mean, he used synths, but like most of his sound design was just resampling audio with like grain delay and phasers and frequency shifters and like just like bouncing it, then dragging it back in and doing the same thing again, and like. And that was like the first reason I got Ableton. And then also you can like put grain delay on like snares and get like those like EPROM-y like ploppy snares and shit. And then now I'm just using it a lot more, especially collabing with people. Like that helped me a lot too, because like just like working with someone that knows Ableton better than me, they'll just be like, no, what are you doing? It's just like, just do this, like, you idiot. And I'm just like, oh, nice. I'm like, so like, yeah, me and Essex like wrote our whole tune in like a day or two in Ableton, and that was like a huge breakthrough for me. And then I just did another one with my homies, Towers and Hideaway, and like, yeah, I love Ableton now. I still need to get like 10, like the suite. I have like a standard version on my laptop, but yeah, I'm gonna get the full thing. It's so sick.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, good answer. Yeah. Well, cool. That's like an hour or more of podcast. It's probably good.
All right, word.
But yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of course.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. Cheers.
What a time.
Thank you for listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the Mr. Bill Podcast.